Chapter 16. And Yahuwah spoke unto Moshe after the death of the two sons of Aaron, when they offered before Yahuwah, and died. And Yahuwah said unto Moshe, Speak unto Aaron, your brother, that he come not at all times into the Kudash place, within the veil before the mercy seat, which is upon the ark, that he dies not, for I will appear in the cloud upon the mercy seat. Thus shall Aaron come into the Kudash place, with a young bullock for a sin offering, and a ram for an ascending smoke offering. He shall put on the Kudash linen coat, and he shall have the linen breeches upon his flesh, and he shall be girded with a linen belt, and with a linen turban shall he be attired. These are Kudash garments. Therefore shall he wash his flesh in water, and so put them on. And he shall take of the assembly of the children of Yashrael 2 kids of the goats for a sin offering, and 1 ram for an ascending smoke offering. And Aaron shall offer his bullock of the sin offering, which is for himself, and make an atonement for himself, for his house. And he shall take the 2 goats, and present them before Yahuwah at the door of the tabernacle of the assembly. And Aaron shall cast lots upon the 2 goats, 1 lot for Yahuwah, and the other lot for Azazel. And Aaron shall bring the goat upon which Yahuwah's lot fell, and offer him for a sin offering. But the goat on which the lot fell to be for Azazel shall be presented alive before Yahuwah, to make an atonement with him, and to let him go for Azazel into the wilderness. And Aaron shall bring the bullock of the sin offering, which is for himself, and shall make an atonement for himself and for his house, and shall kill the bullock of the sin offering which is for himself. And he shall take a censer full of burning coals of fire from off the altar before Yahuwah, and his hands full of sweet incense beaten small, and bring it within the veil. And he shall put the incense upon the fire before Yahuwah, that the cloud of the incense may cover the mercy seat that is upon the testimony, that he dies not. And he shall take of the blood of the bullock, and sprinkle it with his finger upon the mercy seat eastward. And before the mercy seat shall he sprinkle of the blood with his fingers 7 times. Then shall he kill the goat of the sin offering that is for the people, and bring his blood within the veil, and do with that blood as he did with the blood of the bullock, and sprinkle it upon the mercy seat and before the mercy seat. And he shall make an atonement for the Kudash place, because of the uncleanness of the children of Yashrael, and because of their transgressions and all their sins. And so shall he do for the tabernacle of the assembly, that remains among them in the midst of their uncleanness. And there shall be no man in the tabernacle of the assembly when he goes in to make an atonement in the Kudash place, until he comes out, and have made an atonement for himself, and for his household, and for all the assembly of Yashrael. And he shall go out unto the altar that is before Yahuwah, and make an atonement for it, and shall take of the blood of the bullock, and of the blood of the goat, and put it upon the horns of the altar round about. And he shall sprinkle of the blood upon it with his fingers 7 times, and cleanse it, and hallow it from the uncleanness of the children of Yashrael. And when he has made an end of reconciling the Kudash place, and the tabernacle of the assembly, and the altar, he shall bring the live goat. And Aaron shall lay both his hands upon the head of the live goat, and confess over him all the iniquities of the children of Yashrael, and all their transgressions and all their sins, putting them upon the head of the goat, and shall send him away by the hand of a fit man into the wilderness. And the goat shall bear upon him all their iniquities unto a land not inhabited, and he shall let go the goat in the wilderness. And Aaron shall come into the tabernacle of the assembly, and shall put off the linen garments which he put on when he went into the Kudash place, and shall leave them there. And he shall wash his flesh with water in the Kudash place, and put on his garments, and come forth, and offer his ascending smoke offering, and the ascending smoke offering of the people, and make an atonement for himself and for the people. and the fat of the sin offering shall he burn upon the altar. And he that let go the goat of Azazel shall wash his clothes and bathe his flesh in water, and afterward come into the camp. And the bullock for the sin offering and the goat for the sin offering, whose blood was brought in to make atonement in the Kudash place, shall one carry forth without the camp. And they shall burn in the fire their skins and their flesh and their dung. And he that burns them shall wash his clothes and bathe his flesh in water, and afterward he shall come into the camp. And this shall be a statute forever unto you, that in the 7th month on the 10th day of the month ye shall afflict your souls and do no work at all, whether it be one of your own country or a stranger that sojourns among you. For on that day shall the priest make an atonement for you, to cleanse you, that ye may be clean from all your sins before Yahuwah. It shall be a Shabbat of rest unto you, and he shall afflict your souls by a statute forever. And the priest whom he shall anoint, and whom he shall consecrate to minister in the priest's office in his father's stead, shall make the atonement, and shall put on the linen clothes, even the Kudash garments. And he shall make an atonement for the Kudash sanctuary, and he shall make an atonement for the tabernacle of the assembly, and for the altar, and he shall make an atonement for the priest, and for all the people of the assembly. And this shall be an everlasting statute unto you, to make an atonement for the children of Yashrael, for all their sins once a year. And he did as Yahuwah commanded Moshe.